Hey guys, Dark Ascension here, and before we get into the actual build video, since I'm going to be doing a lot of build videos for a few killers, if you guys have any requests, then please let me know. Requests, recommendations, I'll take them. But I'm going to be also passing on commentary over these videos to point out mistakes that survivors make that gets them killed. And it's not like I'm playing at a low rank either. Survivor, I play at rank 1, and Killer, I play at rank 5 right now. The actual next video clip that we're going to go into over the build was an old video clip, but it's the same build, and I was at rank 6. I don't know if that makes any difference to you guys, but the most current video, which is I believe I played that game last night, that game is rank 5, so you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm going to be passing in commentary for these videos to point out common mistakes that survivors are making that are getting them killed, and I'm also going to be pointing out some of the places where or some of the points where I mind game or think that a mind game would be useful, you know, like a full out commentary. If you guys like the fact that I take these commentaries or I do commentaries on some of these videos, then please hit that like button and let me know that you actually like the video. And if you have any suggestions, recommendations, if you want to, I don't know, state your opinion on a particular thing that happened in the game, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. That's why it's there. I'm getting too many people like messaging me directly on PlayStation, asking me questions, and I'm just like, who are these people? When they could have just went to my channel or went to where they watched the video and just posted a comment in the comment section, because I do look at my comments actively. Like I'd say, like I check my comments for a few of my latest uploads and stuff like that every few days. It's really hard trying to keep track because it's like at some point I stopped getting notifications, and I have my notifications turned on, I swear guys, but at some point I tried to I just stopped getting notifications for people posting comments and or liking my videos. It's just been horrible, so it's getting hard to keep track, but I am trying my best to pay attention to some of you who are in the comment section and actively liking the videos. But yeah, I've gone on a huge tangent long enough. Let's go ahead and get straight into the build. So my build is Dark Devotion. When I hit my obsession or smack them down and put them into the dying state, they are given my terror radius. And as my terror radius, like, okay, so they're given a 32-meter terror radius, and then my terror radius personally reduces to 0. I'm also using Hex Ruin. Doesn't need an introduction, but it slows down the game. Versus Crawling, I see people when they're healing, and Thrilling Tremors. Whenever I pick up a survivor in the dying state, any survivors that are not, or any generators that are not currently being worked on are blocked by the entity and are highlighted in white for me to see. That was a mistake right there. He camped the pallet, and he shouldn't have been camping the pallet. And why are you healing behind me? See, that David is a no-mither, and so they're hoping that I just leave him slugged and go for another chase, but I'm going to pick him up and hook him just because he's a no-mither. Survivors who run no-mither, you can't slug them. Specifically because no-mither itself is an anti-slug perk. While you're, let's see, so no-mither I think says that you can't be healed to fully healthy, which means that you remain injured the entire game and in the broken state. But while you can't be healed, your cries from pain are reduced by like 50, 75, and 100%, I think. I forget. It's been a while since I've ran into anyone using that perk. What else was it? Oh yeah, and you can pick yourself up from the ground infinite number of times. So just for that reason alone, you can't slug a no-mither. I'm gonna be nice and let Adam go, but this Claudette, I want to slug her. I'm thinking about slugging her just because I see somebody healing. No, I'm gonna just go ahead and hook her. Like, they're not doing anything. Another point to point out, there's no pressure on generators, so I can do whatever I want. I have time. I decided to use the mind game at the killer shack. I almost got her with it, but she took a different route. She's not falling for the killer shack mind game. That's really good though. She doesn't drop the pallet though. Yeah. If that wasn't a fast vault, that was a medium vault. Had she dropped the pallet, she would have been safe. Then again, it's early game, so God pallet shouldn't be getting dropped down this early. So I can understand why she didn't want to drop it. But that window vault was very unsafe. Nobody's doing anything again. What are you doing under me? Yeah, I'm gonna just stay chasing Claudette. Isn't she? Didn't I just hook her? I could have sworn that I just hooked her. Oh, somebody's salty enough to give up on the hook. I'm gonna just slug that Claudette because she's a fresh hook. I really don't want to hook her, but I don't see anybody over here. I think this is her second hook. Yeah. Okay, so that's one generator done. See, now that one of them is dead, like the Claudette, I think the first Claudette that went down at the killer shack, she screwed over her team. Somebody's looking at me. She screwed over her team just because she killed herself too early in the game, so now they have to work harder to compensate for one less survivor. Which is only going to put more pressure on the survivors. Especially this early. Come on, David. Go ahead and save Claudette off of the hook. Don't let her die. There we go. Make this game session a little bit longer. Now that was a mistake. Why did you run directly over here? And you wasted a pallet. That's a safe pallet too. You wasted it. You totally wasted it. So if Adam comes off of the hook or Claudette wants to loop in that area now, good luck. There goes the safe pallet that you just wasted for no reason. I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh. I have to hook David because he's no mither, but I know exactly where Claudette is. I'm gonna just end this game session because at this point they're not going to pressure me with gens. They're not focusing on the objective, so I might as well just go ahead and end the game here. Claudette's dead on hook, and I think Adam is too. Mind game here. She doesn't know where I'm coming from because I was in stealth. That's not a very safe pallet, so I can walk around it. You're not going to make that pallet. You're not going to make it, even with that hard. You're not making it. Has she waited to bait out the lunge? Has she just waited a little bit to bait out that lunge and then dead harded, she would have made the pallet. But because of how specifically she used her dead hard, she wasn't going to make that pallet. I hear him. To my right. Like, sounds on PS4, like for PC they're doing okay, but sounds on PS4 is extremely bugged right now. See, right now he was all the way to my left. Why was I hearing him to my right? Like, sounds are extremely bugged right now on PS4. I don't know what that's all about. So what we can take from this game is that survivors tend to get a little bit too upset or salty at a certain killer. I don't know. Survivors give up for it. Survivors cry, whine, complain, and give up on almost every damn thing nowadays. I hear the hatch. That's probably what she was crawling to. Let me check. Yeah, she was near it. Well, anyway, with the exception of the Salty Claudette early game, they should have pressured me more with generators and focused less on altruism. Wait until the survivor on the hook is safe. Is safe basically. That's what they should have done. Like when there's a survivor on the hook and the killer is in the area, wait until the killer leaves the area. That's when it's safe to grab that survivor off of the hook. But adding 2 to 3 more survivors in that situation is not helping the situation, it's hindering it. You're only killing another survivor faster and or putting more pressure on your team than you should have. Oh, I hear a generator. Ah, she saw me. She saw me. She totally saw me. Oh well. It says that scratch marks lead in that direction. Whatever. Cleansing a totem instead of doing gens. Yeah, that's gonna cost you. She should have been on that generator with Jake. If she was on that generator with Jake, it would have got built up to at least like 30% at the beginning of the game. I'm assuming that her and Jake spawned right here at this wood pile, meaning that they both could have built that up to 30% in the time that it took for me to get over here and chase the other Meg away from this generator. Also, I knew that you stayed in the area. I'm not dumb. I'm just not about to waste time looking for a survivor that I can't see at the moment. Okay. Why did you run over here? Wait, somebody ran over here. I thought it was the other Meg. Why did she run over here? I'm gonna push her on the other side of the pallet. That way she's closer to the hook. Mind game. Yeah, I want to push her. I wanted to keep her on that side of the pallet, and mind game her there. That way, if anybody rushes the hook, I'd know. But of course, David wants to rush hooks, killing your team. Keep on rushing hook saves. You're only killing your team. See, look, she's basically dead on hook when she comes off the hook. The other Meg has been hooked. And why are you... survivor mistake right here. This is a huge survivor mistake, and I see this a lot, especially when I play a survivor. Stop letting the killer chase you near the hook, or stop chasing near the hook. Please, just stop. Had he took me somewhere else, they would have been safer. She just wasn't using her camera in that situation, but Dark Devotion does say that I have to have an obsession, and because David is my obsession, that means that right now my tear raise is currently 0. See, look, this could have been a GG had I went back to the hook, but I'm gonna try to extend the game session out a little bit. Is this one dead? Yeah, so one Meg that's already dead on hook, another Meg that's on her second hook. David has been hooked. Like, they're not being smart whatsoever. You're not making it. Yeah, you wasn't gonna make that one no goal. Now the entire game session is injured. And again, there's no progress on generators. I'm literally getting away with murder, literally, just because they're not pressuring me. Okay, so somebody was working on this generator. I'm gonna kick it. Let it regress a little bit. I'm not gonna stay near the gen. Even if they complete that generator, there's 5 generators to do. So even if they complete that one, I still got time. 4 left. What was it really? Was committing to my totem worth it? What she should have done is commit to the totem and threw down the pallet. That would have been a safer option, but she didn't do that, so now she's 1 step closer to dying on the hook. Yeah, no one's working on any of these gens. That's why I don't feel the need to be back here. Nobody's working on anything. And why did you think that it was safe to unhook while I'm in the area still? And why did you think it was safe to run into the direction that you knew I was going in? I'm a slugger. I'm not going to tunnel. I'm trying not to. I'm okay with that. This gets a safe pallet out the way. I'm also okay with that. I thought that he was going to use the pallet right here, but he didn't. He wants to use the L-wall C-wall loop. Don't know how that hit. Then again, now that I think about it, like when we were at the lobby and I was waiting on people to ready up, his ping was like spiking between yellow and red. So his internet connection, it could have been the reason why he got screwed over right there, because that wasn't supposed to hit. Not only can they not hear me, but they, like, because I'm in stealth, but also David has my terror radius because he's the obsession. Such a dirty perk to play with. This build is a dirty and gimmicky build. That's all this build is. This build doesn't do anything specific. It's just very gimmicky. Okay. Why are you running me in this area, though? There's no pallets over here. Are you going to use the Killer Shack pallet? Well, you wasn't going to make that. It's another problem on PS4 as well. Latency issues is a huge reason for why some killers are worse than they should be. Because there is a natural, it doesn't matter what the connection is on PS4, but there is a natural, like, latency lag to the game, to most of the games that you play. Like, no one knows this, and I don't think anyone pays attention, but I caught on to it, like, early on when this game was first released on PS4. But every time you interact with a survivor, or every time you're in the area of another survivor, the game will lag spike and then immediately fix itself. And you can feel it when you play as killer. It's like literally the #1 thing that points me in the direction of where survivors are. I don't know why any of this isn't hitting him, but I'm not in a rush to get him down. They're not doing anything significant. I'll push him to the left. Why am I getting stuck on that? What the heck? You know, I kind of figured that you had dead hard. Like, that's another thing. If a survivor is running into you, that more than likely means that they have dead hard. Or, like, 2 things point to survivors having dead hard. Either A, they're running into you on purpose despite the fact that they're injured, or B, they keep on looking behind them while they're injured. You can tell the killer's distance to you judging by their red stain, so you don't necessarily need to look behind you. But looking behind you, constantly checking to see how close the killer is getting to you, is an indication that they might have dead hard. And I basically came to this side of the map for nothing. I wanted to slug Jake to give them more points because I'm trying to make this game session last as long as possible, but with like most of the pallets out the way and my chaser kind of maxed at this point, I might as well just go in for the kill. But like, I literally go to the opposite side of the map. No gens are even, have even like 1% progress. Alright, so David wants to take a hit for Jake to keep him from going down again. I don't know why. I mean, even if you say that it's tunneling, Jake hasn't been hooked. I'm just slugging him for the fun of it. Don't know why that didn't hit. I can mind game this wall. He's gonna loop. Yeah. He got scared and thought that I was on the other side. I knew I could mind game it. I'll get rid of this pallet. I think I already picked that generator. David is healing. See? David is healing instead of on a generator. This is why. This is the #1 reason why right here. This is the #1 reason why survivors always die so early, because their teammates either A, focus on healing too much, or B, they focus on healing too much. Like when there's 2 survivors left in a game session like this, you shouldn't have been focused on healing. You should have been focused on trying to push a generator until I hook Jake. Because had he not been healing, I wouldn't have known where he was. He could have literally went to the generator by the hill or went to the opposite side of the map and worked on the generator and sat there and waited until I hooked Jake. And then after I hooked Jake, he could have healed himself up, because I would be looking for them at that point. He could have healed himself up a little bit and then either skirted around the map, around the area of where I was, to get to Jake and pick him up or grab him off of the hook, but they're not thinking that far ahead. Okay, so Jake learned from his first mistake. That's good. But this is an even bigger mistake. When he 4%ed himself off of the hook, he should have ran to the opposite side of the map instead of going for David. That was an unsafe unhook. David didn't last long enough in the chase to give them points. So, basically, the game just punished Jake for performing an unsafe unhook by taking away his points, and I just got a crap load more of points, load of points, just because I was able to punish them efficiently for doing it. Had Jake been smart, he would have let David die on the hook and just went to the other side of the map to look for Hatch or something. I heard him, but I didn't see the grass moving. Yeah. I'd say GG, but this wasn't even a good game. They weren't trying, for the most part, weren't doing anything productive. When no progress is being made on generators, the killer can do whatever he wants, and that's a tip that you guys need to take when you play a survivor, and this is something that a lot of killers will agree with. If there's no progress being made on the primary objective being generators, the killer literally has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants. You don't want to give him all of that time. You want to punish the killer for wasting time. Chasing is a waste of time. It's a huge waste of time, and depending on if you know how to loop, even better. But whatever. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, then hit that like button. If you like any of the content on my channel, hit the subscribe, and just hit me up in the comment section below for anything, really. Catch y'all later.